is Dr. Lori and welcome back to my kitchen. So today what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to put together a few of the things that we've been playing with in some of our previous videos. And some of those things we've been playing with in our previous videos was making zucchini squash, which you can see this is where our zucchini squash comes into play. I do have a hot pan. It's got a little bit of chicken stock and I just got some free-range chicken broth. Again, at Trader Joe's. Obviously, I like shopping at Trader Joe's. I'm just getting this broth just a little bit warm. I'm going to saute some Argentinian shrimp. Now, this shrimp is awesome. So if you guys are shrimp lovers, this shrimp actually has a flavor very sweet and similar to like a lobster taste. And I don't want to have too much grease. I could make this scampi style and I could put it in lots of butter. I could put it in lots of oil. I am going to add a little oil to my pan when we put these in. I'm not going to cook up all the shrimp, but I just have it there so you can see. I just didn't want to use way too much oil today. So we're getting this a little bit hot. I'm cooking this together. And keep myself from burning. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the shrimp. Now shrimp cooks very, very quickly. And I'm going to make sure that I place this in the pan nice enough to where, and these are, as you can see, transparent. So when cooking shrimp, they're transparent. When you start off, you can see that they're almost like you can see through them. And a lot of people don't know how to cook shrimp, and they always ask, how do I know when it's done? If you overcook shrimp, shrimp will become rubbery, and we don't want to get to that rubbery consistency. So they will start turning pink, and they actually start turning pink fairly quickly. And I'm going to add just a little bit more of my chicken broth to the mix. And then I'm going to season these with some just straight Italian seasoning. So this has got some oregano, it's got some thyme in it, it's got some parsley. You guys might notice a trend if you watch my videos. I do like to use a lot of seasoning. So with the seasonings, this one here is just a Wild Harvest Italian seasoning. It's pretty simple. And then I'm going to season it with a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. I like to use the pink sea salt. So we're going to go ahead, and as you can see, I just eyeball it a little bit, add some salt into the mix, make those shrimp happy, put that off to the side. So as these are cooking, they're starting to turn pink quite rapidly. Now, we are going to incorporate the basil pesto that we made in a previous video into this mix, and that's going to be our sauce. Now, what a lot of people also don't know about basil pesto is that you don't want to add that into the hot mix and cook it. A pesto shouldn't be served after it's been cooked. It should be served fresh. So we're going to put that on after this is done, and you're going to be able to see. Now I'm going to take out a couple of these shrimp, and I think that with the angle of the camera you can see that they're getting done quite nice. They do look like little lobster. I'm so excited. I wish you could smell this. This is smelling so amazing. At this point, because we're about 2 minutes out and these are cooking very fast, I'm going to add this wonderful spiral zucchini. And I'm going to use my hands because obviously when I spiraled it very long. And so we're going to just put this over the top. I don't want to overcook the spiraled zucchini, folks. Overcooking the spiraled zucchini will make it really, really mushy. You don't want mushy zucchini. You want this more like a pasta. So we're going to set that right over the top of the shrimp and kind of let it cook in the shrimp, or over the top of the shrimp. And I'm just kind of stirring that around, making sure that my shrimp doesn't get overdone, because that's one of my main things is I don't want chewy, overdone shrimp. So I'm incorporating that spiraled spaghetti into the mix. And I'm going to add actually just a little bit more of the sea salt, because that zucchini's got no flavoring on it, and I actually like to have a little bit of extra salt in the mix. And you can see that the zucchini is being cooked. I'm trying to move the shrimp now to the top of the bunch. So so it can stop the cooking process and continue with the zucchini cooking. And there we go. That just depends. Zucchini squash, same thing. You could do it so that it's kind of al dente, or you can do it so it's a little bit more done. But at about the 3-minute mark, which is where we are at, I'm going to shut the heat off. And you know how they say if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, the heat's getting kind of hot over here in this corner, so I'm going to turn that off for a bit because I think it's pretty well to the point I want it to be, the way I like it. And then I'm going to just take some of this basil pesto that we had made in a previous video, and I'm just going to put that in, and I'm going to incorporate that into the mix. I'm not going to use this whole thing because we can use that for another meal in the future. And I just want to give it some love because I can smell the garlic in here, and it is so wonderful. Let's give it one more toss with these tongs. I don't know if from the angle that you guys can see it, if you can see how this looks like a regular spaghetti. And I'm going to just grab myself a plate, and I'm going to plate this on to the plate. And you can see that this is just gorgeous like a regular spaghetti. Without the cheese, without the gluten. As you probably are already aware, we don't do gluten in my kitchen. We don't do cheese and dairy, and there is no sugar in this product. So we have a wonderful dish for you right here. I hope you can see that. I hope that this looks delicious to you. I'm going to push that in a little bit, and I hope that you will come back to my kitchen, and we'll see what we can whip up next time. So thanks for joining me.